6.4% equation. The percent equation says A equals P times W. We can also use is over of equals percent over 100, like we did in chapter 6.3. So it says, what number is 24% of 50? So again, we're going to use is over of equals percent over 100. 100 goes on the bottom right. 24%, we know that percent goes on the top right, of 50. So 50 goes on the bottom left, and we don't know our percent. So now we are going to multiply diagonally. 24 times 50. 5 times 4 is 20, so we get 1200. 1200 divided by 100 gives, take off my 2 zeros, and we get 12. The next one says, what number is 10% of 20? So again, we're going to use is over of equals percent over 100. So it says 10%, so it's going to go on top, above 100 of 20. So we're going to put it where our of is. We don't know our number. So now we're going to do 20 times 10, which is 200. Now we're going to divide by the other number. 200 divided by 100 gives us 2. Our answer is 2. The next problem says 9.5 is what percent of 25? So again, we are going to use is over of equals percent over 100. So we're going to put 100 on the bottom right. It says 9.5 is, so it's going to go on the top left, is what percent, we don't know, of 25. So 25 is going to go on the bottom left. So now we are going to multiply 9.5 times 100. And we end up with one number to the right, so we get 950. And we're going to divide that by 25. You know, 25 goes into 95 3 times, and we get 75. We have 20 left over, bringing down my 0. 25 goes into 200 8 times, and it's asking percent, so it's 38%. The next question says, 3 is what percent of 600? So again, we're going to put 100 on the bottom right. 3 is, so 3 goes on the top left. What percent? We don't know, so we're going to put a P of 600. So 600 is going to go on the bottom. So now we are going to multiply diagonally. 3 times 100, we know is 300. And then we're going to divide by 600. 300 divided by 600 doesn't go in there evenly, so we have to add a decimal and add a 0. 600 goes into 3,000 5 times, so our answer is going to be 0.5%. Our next question says 18 is what percent of 20? So again, we're going to do the same thing. So 18 is, so 18 is going to go on the top left. What percent? We don't know, so we're going to put P for percent of 20 that goes on the bottom left. Again, we're going to multiply diagonally. 18 times 100, which we end up with 1,800. And now we're going to divide that by 20, which is the number that was left over. We have a 0 at the end of both of them, so we can take that off. 2 goes into 18 9 times. We have a 0 left over. 2 goes into 0 0 times, so we end up with 90%. Our next question says 39 is 52% of what number? So again, we're going to use our is over of. So 39 is, so 39 is going to go on the top left. 52%, that goes on the top right. 100 is going to go on the top, on the bottom right. Of what number, we don't know. So we are going to multiply diagonally 39 times 100, which is 3,900. And then we're going to divide that by the other number, which is 52. So 3,900 divided by 52. We know 52 goes into 397 times, which is 4, carry my 1, 36, subtract. I get 26, carry my 0 down. 52 goes into 265 times, and that goes in there evenly, so it is 75. Then we have 8 is 80% of what number? So again, we're going to start off with our fraction. 8 goes on top, is 80%. So 80% goes on the top right, 100 goes on the bottom right. Of what number? We don't know. So now we're going to multiply 8 times 100, which we know is 800. And we're going to divide that by our other number, which is 80. 80 goes into 81. We have a 0 left over, so it is 10. So now we have a real life application. Find the percent of sales tax on the food total. Alright, so we know our total, our food total is $27.50, and our tax is $1.65, which gives us an amount of $29.15 for our subtotal. Alright, they're asking for what is this tax on the food total. So our food total is going to be our of, because it says our of. So we are going to put $27.50 on our bottom left. We always put 100 on the bottom right. It says what percent, so we know it's P. Then we have our tax of $1.65. So again, we are going to multiply diagonally. $1.65 times 100. We have 2 decimals, so we gotta move it over, which is 165. We're now gonna take 165 and divide that by 27.50. And we know that 27.50 goes in there 6 times. So we know it is 6%. So 6% is our sales tax. Letter B says find the amount of a 16% tip on the food total. So again, we're going to do our is over of. You know, 100 is going to go on the bottom right. 16%, since it's a percent, is going to go over 100. And they want to know of the food total. So again, we know that 27.50 is going to go on the bottom left. X is going on the top. So now we're going to multiply 27.50 times 16. And using a calculator, we know that it is 440. And then we're going to take 440 divided by 100. And we are going to get 4.4, which is $4.40. So we would be leaving a tip of $4.40.